You don't need a six-figure salary to achieve financial freedom. In fact, some of the most financially secure people I know don't earn huge paychecks. They've just mastered the secret to making their money work for them. And that's exactly what we're going to do. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how you can completely transform your financial life in just 6 months by following a clear month-by-month plan. It's the same blueprint that's helped thousands of people go from paycheck to paycheck living to building real wealth. Let's get into it. Month number 1. Have you ever heard of the ostrich effect? It's a psychological bias where people avoid uncomfortable information, especially about money. Think about it. Have you ever delayed checking your bank account after a weekend of spending? Or ignored a credit card statement because you didn't want to see the damage? That's the ostrich effect. But avoiding your finances doesn't solve anything. It just adds stress. When you finally face the numbers, clarity replaces anxiety. What if becomes what's next? This month is about facing reality and taking control. Step 1, calculate core 4 numbers. The first is your net income or your take-home pay after taxes. Secondly, your fundamental expenses like rent, groceries, transportation. Then your future you, any money that is already going towards savings and investments. Third thing you need to know. And finally, fun spending. What's left over for lifestyle and enjoyment? Yes, it might be uncomfortable. You might realize you're spending more on takeout than you thought, or that your subscription services are eating up a significant portion of your income. But this is where power begins. And you'll see in the rest of the video why what we're doing in month 1 is so foundational. To make this process easier, I recommend use a spreadsheet or a budgeting app or anything that helps you visualize the truth. Moving on to month number 2, your goal this month is simple. Save 1 month's worth of your fundamental expenses. If your core expenses are $2,500, that's your target amount to save up. Yes, it sounds like a lot, but this one move puts you ahead of most people financially. And no, saving isn't deprivation, it's freedom. You're buying yourself peace of mind. So cancel unused subscriptions, cook at home, pause non-essential spending. If it's too hard to save in 1 month, take 2 or 3, but don't lose momentum. The sooner you hit that target, the faster you get off the paycheck to paycheck cycle. Moving on to month 3, tackle bad debt and start an emergency fund. Are you trying to save and pay debt at the same time? That's what keeps most people stuck. So the secret is to separate your debt. Let's say good debts like mortgages or student loans, and bad debts like credit cards and high interest loans. So list your bad debts from highest to lowest interest and focus on paying off anything over 8% as soon as possible. Once the bad debts is handled, shift focus. Start building your full emergency fund. This way you're making faster progress. Start by saving 3 to 6 months of your fundamental expenses. So if you have a stable job, aim for 3 months to start with. If your income is unpredictable, go straight towards the 6 months. But don't get stuck here forever. A lot of people pause their financial growth to keep stacking cash. Instead, in month 4, you want to start investing whilst building out the rest of your emergency fund. And by the way, this emergency fund needs to be easily accessible, but not too accessible. So the best place is a high-interest savings account. It takes 10 minutes to set this up. Moving on to month number 4, even if your emergency fund isn't complete, start investing. Why? Because the earlier you begin, the more time your money has to grow. So, start with these 4 steps. Step 1, max out. Any employer's benefits? This is the easiest form of free money. If your employer offers a retirement match, contribute enough to get it as literally free money and 100% return on your contributions. If you skip this, you're leaving money on the table. Step 2, open a tax-advantaged account. Where you invest matters just as much as what you invest in. So if you're in the UK, open up a stocks and shares ISA. And if you're in the US, it's the Roth IRA. These accounts let you keep more of your gains instead of losing them to tax step 3, invest in index funds or ETFs, but don't pick individual stocks, and invest in broad market funds like the S&P 500, which has averaged a 10.5% annual return over the last 20 years. That's the power of long-term investing. And step 4, balance your saving and investing. You can do both. So at first, you'll want to prioritize your emergency fund. Then you might want to shift to 70% going towards your emergency fund and 30% going towards investing. Then 50-50. And then once you've built up your emergency fund, you can focus 100% on wealth building. This way, you're always moving forward, building security, and growing wealth at the same time. Moving on to month number 5, increase your income. Every job should do one of 2 things: teach you something or pay you more. If you're getting neither, negotiate a raise or apply for a better paying job, start a side hustle or monetize a skill or hobby. Even an extra $200 a month can speed up your wealth building dramatically. And then we're on to month 6, automate and optimize. By now, your system is working, so let's make it effortless. Why? Because of decision fatigue. The more choices you make each day, the worse they get. You're more likely to blow your budget when you're tired or stressed, and that's exactly exactly why automation is one of the most powerful things that you can do for your finances. When you rely on manual decisions to save, invest, or pay bills, you leave room for inconsistency. Some months you'll be on top of it, and then other months when life gets busy, you'll fall behind. That's why the secret to financial success isn't discipline. It's removing the need for discipline altogether. So in this month, we're doing two things first. First, we're automating your entire money system. Bills and fixed expenses, you want to set up direct debits for rent, for mortgage, for utilities, for insurance, for debt repayments. This prevents late fees and also protects your credit score. Then you want to automate your savings and investments, schedule automatic transfers to your savings, your investment accounts, your retirement fund. And you already know what you can set up in this stage because you've already figured out what your finances look like. You know how much you need for your fundamental living expenses. And so you know what percentage you have available to be able to allocate towards your savings investments. And you want to pay yourself first. You want to put that into your own pocket before paying anyone else. And then the rest is your everyday spending. Use a separate account or a card for your fund money, your daily expenses. This makes budgeting effortless because when the money's gone, you know that it's gone. The second thing you want to do is review and adjust your financial plan, because your financial plan isn't set in stone. Your income changes, your expenses shift, your goals evolve. Continuously check in with yourself and ask yourself, are my automated savings and investments still aligned with my goals? Has my income increased? If so, can I increase my savings rate? The financial world is constantly evolving. New investment opportunities, tax laws, money-saving strategies emerge all the time. So the more you educate yourself, better equipped you'll be to capitalize on smart financial moves. To stay up to date, you could always subscribe to this channel. I upload a new video every week with the primary goal of helping you take control of your money and ultimately your entire financial life. So if you haven't already, you can click the button below to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.